My name is Pastor Steve Bray. I'm the lead elder of a little church here in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada called Calvary Baptist Church. And as many of you know that you're watching this video, I get the joyous privilege not only to be the elder of Calvary Baptist, but the executive director of our church planting ministry called M1M Mission. The first time I ever made a video like this, I was actually downtown in St. John's, and I was also up on Signal Hill, where M1M Mission and the vision to plant churches across our city, now one of the least evangelized cities in Canada, was nothing but a dream, a vision, an idea. The next video I made a couple years later, I was standing on an abandoned property, just a little over 2 acres of land that we had actually purchased with the hopes to build the future Calvary Baptist Church and offices of M1M Mission. Then COVID hit and everything stopped. Then for 2 years we had a series of ups and downs, hopes, dreams going up and then dashed. We wondered, will we ever build, as inflation and COVID caused the construction cost to spiral out of control? And then wouldn't you know it, back early in 2022, another facility came available. We actually hosted our first ever Engage conference. And then we thought maybe this is the building. But it too turned out to be $4 million. How does a church of 100 people and a ministry that's just starting with 2 little infantile church plants afford $4 million and all the other ministry that goes with it? A little bit of history here about our city. There's been a lot of scandal, and tragically there was a large scandal in the Roman Catholic Church. And just recently, the courts awarded the victims of that scandal to have to receive $50 million. As a way to handle that, the diocese of the Roman Catholic Church put all their facilities up for sale. To be honest, I never even thought about it. There is so little gospel here. There's such entrenched tribalism here. We never even thought that this would be something we could look into. But on a step of faith, me and some others came over to this particular place, the steps I'm standing on, which was formerly called Mary Queen of the World, a Roman Catholic church built here in the early 1980s. We visited and toured the place. Let me just give you a picture of this. It's 4 acres of land with a 16,000 square foot steel structure brick building with a steeple and a cross and a church bell and chimes. It has a sanctuary that holds over 400. There's another building on this site that used to house where the priest would live. It's 6,000 square feet and will become, Lord willing, the future home of M1M Mission. In an absolute miracle of God, our church garnered together what was a modest bid, and believe it or not, for $1.3 million, we were able to successfully purchase this property on the steps where I stand right now. By God's grace, the future home of Calvary Baptist Church, the future home of M1M Mission, the future hub by which we see Kilbride Community Church and Downtown Community Church and Northern Cross Community Church up in Goose Bay, and the next 7 or 8 church plants after that, all come true by God's love and power. This is the beginning of the end of phase 1. But then phase 2 is the next 4 church plants. And phase 3 is the next 3 to 4 plants after that. And we want to see God revive our city. But this is what God has done. This is what God is doing. And this is what we believe God will do into the future. Would you pray for Calvary Baptist Church and M1M Mission? Would you pray for our first 2 church plants in Kilbride Community Church, Downtown Community Church? Would you pray as we launch out and replant Northern Cross Community Church up in Happy Valley Goose Bay of Labrador? Would you join us in praying when we want to start a church in our neighborhood called Rabbit Town and Shea Heights and out in a town called Bay Roberts? We need you. We need your prayers. We need your love and your partnership. And we need some of you to come. So thank you, everybody. God bless you. Pray for us.